What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Hardwood Convos podcast here on the 515 Podcast Network. I'm Brock Bierman alongside, as always, Hunter Rose and Dawson Livingston. It's the week of Christmas, man. It's honestly one of the better weeks of the NBA season, regular season specifically, where you get some good matchups, potential playoff matchups between teams, some battles of players contending for MVP candidacy, which we talked about actually before we started recording about how important some of these matchups may end up being for the MVP race currently in the NBA. But I don't know. I've always had amazing memories of watching the Christmas Day games, whether win or lose, or even if my team is even playing. It's always usually good matchups. They intentionally make them at least they anticipate those matchups end up being the ones that people want to see. And I'm excited to talk a little bit about it. I don't know about you guys, but happy Christmas week. Merry Christmas to you guys. How are you guys doing? Hunter, I know you're back in Iowa, which I guarantee you love compared to as much as you love Nebraska and everything you got going on over there. I bet you love being back in the true corn state.
Dude, honestly, you guys will be proud of this. I get into some heated debates out in Nebraska about whose corn is better, consistently. So no worries there. But yeah, no, it's a good time. Excited to be back. Still a little under the weather, but a little bit of a different setup that I'm getting used to. But we had to go old school. I got my notes written down for tonight instead of having my other monitor. But yeah, kind of like Brock mentioned, and kind of what we even talked about before we got rolling. But yeah, always some good matchups for Christmas Day. Always a fun time to tune in, especially for myself. I've kind of hated the NBA so far this season, but I am excited to watch these games and hopefully be pretty stress free overall. I think there's some interesting storylines for some of these games, but I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more. So.
It's definitely something that I think I might wait until I actually hit my boiling point in terms of like how I felt this NBA season has went, or just how I feel about the NBA currently. I know that we kind of pre and post recording, we usually get on our soapboxes about the league and what they could probably do to improve it. And I mean, I don't know. There's just something about this year that just feels really different, and I'm not sure if I really like it, and if it continues or if something else happens. We might have to do an episode where we can just air our issues with the NBA on a podcast. Who knows? But Dawson, you're actually the only one out of the three of us that has an NFL and an NBA game to look forward to for your personal teams. So how are you doing?
Stretch. Look forward to is a stretch.
Okay.
The game just happens. I don't know if I'm looking forward to either game.
You're not looking forward to the Kansas City Denver game? I thought you would at least be looking forward to that one.
I don't know, man. Third string quarterback.
Hey. You never know what happens with a third string quarterback.
Yeah. Hey, anything is possible. Remember?
Anything is possible.
Bring Chad back, dude. Bring Chad Henne out of retirement.
You guys should have re-signed Carson Wentz, man.
Nope. I'm good. We saw that experiment with Kansas City did not work with Wentz, but
you know what? I'm going to keep the player that I had in my mind for the Between the Hashes podcast recording that we're doing later tonight. I think that one actually technically have already aired, because I'll probably post that one first because of just the relevancy of everything going on in the NFL. But I have a quarterback. Dawson, once we start talking about the Chiefs in the other show, remind me to mention the quarterback that just a random Kansas City Chiefs quarterback I feel like they should bring back. But we're going to talk a little bit NBA hoops. You do have your Cavaliers to at least maybe help you out. I do think it's going to be it's going to be a good game. Trust me. It's not. I know that the spread right now is 5.5, and it is in New York and all that. And you know the Cavaliers have
Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks are on fire right now.
Yeah.
But again, the NBA rarely, and this is when I mean, like, I'm waiting for my boiling, like, I haven't gotten to my, like, boiling point of, like, I need to say something. The NBA rarely fails to deliver on Christmas Day. I truly believe that. Now, have they gotten rid of some of the things that have made Christmas Day games so special? Yes. Like, what do you mean that they're just wearing regular jerseys? And yes, there were some hideous Christmas Day jerseys that they've done in the past. I mean, honestly, that entire Jersey era was disgusting
I'm here
anyway.
to make a stand. The
Oh,
t-shirt
okay.
jerseys were good. They
Okay.
were good.
Okay. Okay. Then 1 sec. Well, you know what? We'll talk about the jerseys here in a couple of minutes. No, because I am interested in your opinions on that. Because it is what, at least for us growing up, what made those games so special is all the little things that you got from the games. It just felt different. Like, it did feel like a playoff atmosphere. And some of these games, honestly, are going to feel like that, especially where some of the games are located. You got a game in New York, game in Oklahoma City. Arguably, this year, probably the two toughest places to play in the NBA, potentially, at least consistently. Then you still got, Golden State hosting a game in San Francisco. LA, the Lakers will be hosting. And then you got Denver, another good crowd at least. All five of these games are going to have great crowds. Probably going to be some really good games as well. So just all of it. It honestly, before the in-season tournament was a thing, this was like the first like big moment of the NBA season for teams, fans, and the league as a whole.
Yeah, and we talked about it before, but with how bad some of these NFL games are, this could be the NBA like being able to seize Christmas again. Like, because the NFL has kind of dominated this holiday the last like 2 or 3 years. This could be the first time in at least a couple of years that the NBA could be regain its popularity on Christmas Day. Because we all grew up, like you said, Brock, watching the NBA on Christmas. It was only up until a few years ago that we see football being played on this day. But with some of these games, like Spurs Thunder should be a great one, Rockets Lakers should be a great one, and then Timberwolves Nuggets should be good. Like those are three really good games. The other two games we'll see when those get a little closer. But
Yep.
yeah, we have 5 games that have the potential to be a great slate of games for Christmas.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the weird thing about it though is like, yeah, ESPN is promoting it, but like I feel like the in-season tournament has almost made, which is funny because even the in-season tournament felt like it was undercovered or like just came out of nowhere. But even Christmas Day, which used to be like they started promoting these games in like November, like Thanksgiving week, it would be like, hey, Thanksgiving's going on this week, and we get that football's going on. But let me tell you what's happening in about 25-ish days. Some unbelievable NBA matchups. And now it's just like, I don't know, like, oh, I know that there's going to be NBA basketball, but it doesn't seem like they're promoting it as well as they used to.
Yeah, I think especially the promotional part you talk about. I'm trying to think. I mean, part of it too is I don't watch ESPN as much as I used to.
Yeah.
That might be a shocker to some of you out there, for how much I talk about
Outside of
ESPN being
games
so great.
anymore,
Exactly.
I'd be curious, people our age specifically, outside of the games, how many people actually consume daily ESPN content on
Mhm.
television? Social media is
Yes.
different,
Yes.
obviously, because that's almost unavoidable if you're a basketball or a football fan. But
Yeah.
television-wise, I find it very unlikely that many people our age consume daily ESPN television content.
Mhm. Yeah. I think the only game I for sure knew about prior to probably this past week, like past week is in like 7 days, not like we're recording on Monday, so I didn't hear about this just the other day finally. I think the only game that I really remember hearing about was the Spurs and the Thunder game, and that's just because their NBA Cup game was so good, that they were like,
Yep.
"Man, we get to revisit this matchup just in a few short weeks at another, like, national scale." But outside of that, all the other games, I think the next closest that I probably at least heard about but forgot about was the Nuggets and T-Wolves game, just because that's a growing rivalry. Just to be honest, I don't think it's the best rivalry that is on that day. But should be, like Dawson mentioned, like a really, really good game. But yeah, overall, like it just, even on social media, there wasn't a lot, and I get it. Like, there's probably a certain amount of posts that ESPN like looks for every day. They're probably huge into those like metrics and things like that, and figuring out
Yeah.
when to post and things like that. But I really feel like there hasn't been too much. And part of that too is, when you look at the games, like, Dawson said it earlier, but Knicks Cavs, like if you would have asked somebody about Knicks Cavs before the season started, would have been potentially game of the day. And now we're at this point of the season. It's kind of like, well, we'll see how this game goes. Mavs and Warriors. I don't know what we were thinking there. That's an interesting matchup. But
that definitely was in hopes of like the Mavericks being able to be competitive, and then Cooper being like the far and away the rookie of the year winner already in December.
Mm-hmm.
It also feels like with some of these like all-time legends that like they almost like earn Christmas Day games. Like we always from now until Curry retires, it feels like we're gonna get a Steph Curry Christmas Day game. Or
LeBron.
Again, I think LeBron's had a Christmas Day game the last 15 years, I think. Durant, I know he's a weird one because he was with the Suns, and the Suns were terrible the last few years. But even they, I think, still got a couple Christmas Day games. Yep. And he gets one this year with the Rockets. So I kind of feel like those like all-time legends that are towards the end of their career, if they're still at that like not apex, but around that their peak, they're going to continue to get Christmas Day games. So it kind of felt like that with the Warriors getting this one.
If I almost guarantee you though, if Tyrese didn't tear his Achilles, Pacers and Bucks would be playing each other Christmas Day this year. Just based off of hopes that that would be competitive again, at least. I mean, heck, if Jason Tatum doesn't tear his Achilles, Boston probably would have a game as well. I mean, I bet you the NBA is probably kicking themselves right now that their number one team in the Eastern Conference isn't playing on Christmas Day. But again, no one thought Detroit was going to be taking this huge step this season. People thought they were going to take a big step. No one thought that they would be this good this quickly. And so, if anything, that's a big that sucks big time for the NBA, because that's a premier team that they probably want people to watch, because you want your best of the best playing on the day that everybody knows that you're going to be having big matchups. And if you can't give the top teams a platform to show, again, this is not a complaint. This is just an unfortunate situation of all this series of events that have happened since honestly last season. But we know how good the Pistons are. The general public, the casual NBA fans, or people that just love sports but don't pay attention to the NBA may not understand how big of a jump the Pistons have taken. If anything, if the Pistons were scheduled to play on here and nobody looked at the records, they'd be like, oh, so like the Detroit Lions of 2016 are getting a Christmas Day game, would be probably the perspective most of them had, because the Pistons haven't really been good since their championship runs in the early 2000s.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you mentioned, but even going off of that, like it's both predicting how good a team will be, but then markets definitely take that into consideration with these games. I mean, I think the Lakers are on like a 20-some season streak of playing on Christmas Day. Like they play over and over again.
But weren't like the Knicks for the longest time when they were really bad? Weren't they always also getting Christmas Day games? Like even when Phil Jackson first took over in like the mid 2010s, like
hey,
those teams were terrible.
Yeah. Melo was in the middle of the Jersey era with that.
Yep.
Yeah, those were just nasty teams. But because they're such a huge brand. Yeah, but they just continue to get those kind of games. But
yeah, it's a mixture of you want your star power in terms of talent in the NBA, but you also need to have those big markets as well. And that's why I feel like some of these matchups kind of make more sense. The Spurs and the people that are NBA fans' minds, that's a big market. To honestly, probably a casual, not even that, probably ESPN executives, they're not a big market really. Dallas would probably be a bigger market than San Antonio. And so you got Dallas going to Golden State, two huge markets. And then you honestly got San Antonio going to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City's not a huge market, but also there's nobody around them. So if anything, they might be an undervalued market because there is no team around them. And there's nobody north of them until Minnesota. And there's no one south of them until, I guess, who would be closest? Dallas? San Antonio? I honestly don't know how close.
All of Texas is like in one central spot. Everything outside of that doesn't exist.
And then Lubbock's
they're all one city.
And then Lubbock's over on the left side somewhere.
Yeah, we don't talk about that place. We don't talk about that place.
But yeah, getting back to just kind of the nostalgia of like what the NBA used to have with us growing up with Christmas Day games. We mentioned the jerseys, and there's been some really good ones, some debatable good ones. I guess, Hunter, are you wanting a return of the Christmas jerseys, or are you?
Yeah. Overall of the jerseys, I think that'd be fire. I don't think that'll ever happen as long as their current like contract with Nike is going. But hopefully someday we'll see.
Is there? I guess I haven't really looked into. Is there a reason that they went away from this? Do you know? Like, I honestly don't know.
The only thing I know is that they stopped doing it, I think, in either like 2017 or 2018, which is around the same time that the Adidas contract ran out.
Yep.
And so teams kind of had some freedom, obviously, in what they could do for a little bit. And then, oh gosh, would it have been like 2019 or 2020? It just kind of became this like, you get this jersey, you get this jersey, and you get this jersey, and that's it. Those are your selections.
Yeah.
Which I can agree to a certain extent. Like I think it's fine to have a smaller selection of jerseys, but I think the full removal of special jerseys was just kind of weird. I think, like you mentioned before, I mean, for us, it probably is a little bit of nostalgia, but it does help with like building up to kind of this moment into this game, is to have those, the special commercials, the special jerseys, the those
commercials used to be amazing.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember if they did anything to the court or not. But everything about it like was different. And I think there has been a shift. There's been a little bit of a change. We kind of, was it last year? Was it 2 years ago that they started the whole Mickey Mouse game? I actually think it's so cool. I think it's so cool. But
so this is where I wanted to get to the and I forgot to mention it about the promotion of these games. That is the only promotion I am seeing about these games, is that Mickey Mouse game.
That's just kind of weird. That's a little
which
weird.
I think is weird.
Yeah.
I promote it as much as you want. Don't get me wrong, but also you got to remember that there are like some
the
people
basketball part.
Yeah,
the basketball part of the basketball game, guys.
I watched a little bit of it last year. It was entertaining. Don't get me wrong, and honestly, it's a great product if you know for sure that you want to have a basketball game on, and you know for 1000% that your family, your significant other, whatever it may be, will not allow it unless there's some sort of like your children will enjoy it, young kids could enjoy it kind of thing. Because I understand that there are families that are like that. So I get it. But like, again, no promotion of it outside of just the Mickey Mouse game.
Mm-hmm.
No, those commercials when we were growing up, like I think we all remember when they're all shooting the 3-pointers now, jingle bells, jingle, like all that, like that was so peak.
I can't remember the song, but they did the dribbling the basketballs or whatever. Mm-hmm. That the games, just everything about what they used to do for Christmas Day just was perfect.
They ruined it.
I mean, did they? It's people are asking. But like the thing is like now you see some of the like things that some teams with the Nike deal have been wanting to do, or the creative like additions that they've made to their like, I don't know, just jersey history. Like the Celtics, they used to never do it. The only other difference was a black jersey with green piping and green outline. Now like they've added cream to it. I mean, Milwaukee's done that too. Dawson, you just need to stop.
Well, I didn't say a single thing.
Your face told the whole story, but like it gives now teams have more like of. I feel like there's more creativeness that there could be in these jerseys if given a chance. These were the jerseys. Oh, let me get Hunter back here. The last 2015. These were 2015.
Those are good.
These are unbelievable. Like perfect. Like it's not even a pure white for most of these jerseys. I love each and every one. Bulls, Spurs, Rockets, Warriors are the jerseys that are up here. They all have some sort of script to them with it, different font on the lettering. You could tell that it's a Christmas Day game. And then I mean, they've done other things with Christmas Day jerseys, whatever this is from the.
Oh yeah.
Why are we hating?
The Jersey era. I mean, it looks like he's literally like. I guess it's not a player wearing this, but like it looks like something. Oh my gosh! I found a photo of Amir Shumpert wearing it. If you want me to pull that up,
Yes.
It looks like
Prime 2015.
It looks like he's wearing like a Sunkiss bottle on his body. Let me see if I can pull this up here. And yep, right there. Amir Shumpert and
shout out Thabo Cephalosha in the back.
Thabo Cephalosha. That is a name I've not heard in a while.
Dog.
Absolute dog in 2K if you were just looking for a shooting guard that could steal the ball 20 times a game.
Real ones know you kept Thabo Cephalosha in the starting lineup instead of Harden in 2K 12 and 13.
If you automatically put Harden in the starting lineup, I start questioning you in your choices.
Your ball knowledge.
Yeah. But anyways, like these used to be so cool. Again, hopefully someday they bring them back. Personally, I think my favorite, I don't know if you guys have any like favorite NBA Christmas Day jerseys that come to mind right away. It would either be the Bulls script ones that I just showed you from 2015, or just the Lakers ones from I don't even remember which year. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I think it was like a white with a it was the same thing. It was just white with a purple script. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I think that's also in 2015.
2015 might be the best Christmas Day jerseys ever then. Yeah, it's literally the same thing. It's just the purple. It's just a purple version, and the color purple for me is like, it's really good in terms of like if you use it correctly for for teams that have purple. So I don't know about you guys if you guys had any that like stuck out to you or any favorites, but I hope they bring them back someday.
I think this one's also from 2015, but Cleveland when they played Golden State and they have like a maroon cursive one, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know if I can pull it up, but it was the first Cavs Warriors.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
After their first finals, they played that Christmas.
It wasn't. Did they have a script too? Oh, they did. It was yellow though, not. Yeah.
They have it. It was. Here, I got a picture of it. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, feel free to add it or show it up on the screen.
These.
Oh,
these
okay,
2015.
Yeah. Nice.
Those are so unbelievably clean.
Those are nice.
Like those
Elite.
are. Yeah, Cavs Warriors, or the year after when they played in, I believe, is 20.
That was Durant's first year, the one with the gold.
Yeah, those ones were also super clean. But those are the first. Yeah.
Here are the Lakers ones from 2015. Shout out the late great Kobe Bryant, and then also Laker legend Jordan Clarkson.
Dude, those Lakers team had some good players on it, dude.
Okay, but here's the thing: like, if you tell me that's Jordan Clarkson, the dude gained a lot of VC. Let's just say, and went to get all the tattoos since he was in LA. It's
Actually found an article from ESPN that basically breaks down what has been done like for Christmas jerseys when they were around. And so
I think the last year they did it, they just added the snowflake on the back, or maybe they still do that. I don't know.
So that was actually in 2008, 2011. All they did was the like snowflake decal, kind of like the finals patch. So they did that for a while, and then in 2012 is when they started doing kind of like the monochrome jerseys. Which, if I'm being honest, I like monochrome jerseys. I think they just kind of, I don't know, they kind of stick out. Even if sometimes they make you look like a highlighter, I think they still look good.
So that's the Sunkiss. That's the Sunkiss.
So then the next year was when they kind of had some of the jerseys, but the defining feature also for each of them was that they just had a giant logo, which I'm not as much of a fan of. So it was like the picture that they use in the article is literally just like the Bulls were playing, and it's just the giant Bulls logo is just half of your jersey. Not quite, but
hold up. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think I want to pull up the photo. Is this what you're talking about? The 2011-ish era?
Yeah.
I love these. These were fire.
Yeah, 2013. Or sorry, 2012. But yeah. 2014, I forgot about this one. But all it looks like they did is they moved the last name, like how it's above the number on your back, to below the number, and they changed it to the first name.
So that was a miss.
Interesting. And then 2015, 2016 is when they had the basically the name of the team, which I would agree. I think those ones are probably the best ones.
I'm showing this just because of the player, because it's gonna bring a lot of nostalgia back.
Oh baby!
So that's the 2014 years.
Yeah,
is that what you said? 2014. So okay, really, outside of these, I guess I'm okay with the jerseys compared to this.
Bro, do you guys remember? I think it was like the
the Wizard jerseys are just disgusting, but that's a different conversation.
Do you remember like the ESPN Santa, and he asked this little Knicks fan like what he wants for Christmas, and he said he wants the Knicks to make the playoffs, and it didn't happen for like 8 years after the fact. Do you know the picture I'm talking about? Here. I think I have it pulled up here. Please tell me I'm not the only one that remembers this.
Hey, yo.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think
sorry, Hunter. Like, please tell me I'm not the only one.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't know why when we started talking like Christmas with ESPN, like this was one of the first things that popped into my mind. I'm like, oh, this poor kid did not get his wish for like 8 years after the fact.
That's brutal.
So, yeah.
Watch Cody ended up growing up and switching to be a Nets fan before it actually happened. Brutal.
It's man, I hope they bring him back someday. If I was commissioner, that would be the first thing I would do. But I'm not commissioner. I'm sitting here in a house in Slater, Iowa.
If I was commissioner, the Pelicans would just no longer exist. Like they're moving. They're gone. New Orleans is not going to keep that team.
They how they played in Oklahoma City for that one season because of Katrina or a hurricane. I think it was
Katrina.
Imagine if they moved to the city that Oklahoma City ended up stealing from, and it's just the idea of like both teams would have played in Oklahoma City, and now they both have played in Seattle. So that means Oklahoma City in 50 years will move to New Orleans, and then we'll just be in a revolving door of 2 NBA teams going in 3 cities.
Yeah.
All right. Anything that you guys want to talk about before we like actually kind of start diving into these games? Okay, sweet. I'm probably do you want me to go in order of times? Do you think that's probably the best? Okay.
I think so.
I honestly, and I know that Dawson's a little low on this. Maybe I'm just delusional, and I feel like that this could be a good game. But New York and Cleveland starts the day off at 11 a.m. in New York, in the Garden. Two teams that have honestly been competing for, the upper half of the Eastern Conference for the past couple of years. I mean, Cleveland, you guys were the number 1 seed, if I remember correctly, last year, correct?
Yeah.
That they were.
Yeah. We're only 4 losses away from having as many losses last year as we do this year.
I wonder what would happen if you guys had JB Bickerstaff, but
I love sports. I love sports. These last 2 weeks have been splendid.
Anyways, though, I know that nobody's really high on this game, and there are a bunch of injuries on both sides right now, or just key injuries that no one really knows about. I think, if I remember correctly, it seems like Brunson, Anunoby, that New York's main guys are going to be probably playing, and then Cleveland, it seems like their guys, like Mobley's not going to be playing for the Cavs, which is perfect situation for the Cavs to have one of those Christmas Day miracles from someone that doesn't necessarily always produce for them. So what are your guys' thoughts heading into this game? Do you guys, the spread's at 5.5. Do you think it's going to be that close? Do you guys believe like me that you do think it's going to be a close game, or do you think that New York is probably going to just pull away with this easily?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you for some reason get money on Christmas Eve and you would like to double your money, I suggest you take this. Not gambling advice, please do not take this literally. But if you would like to double your money, Knicks minus 5.5 is free money. Just bet it. Don't even look at it twice. And in 2.5 hours, look at your phone, and you've doubled your winnings right there.
Boo.
The Cavs, ever since they've gotten Donovan, maybe it's just the ghost of when Donovan thought he was going to New York. The Cavs just never play well in New York City, and obviously no Mobley, and it just feels like this team is like they all hate each other right now, which is kind of wild. But no, I think the Knicks are going to win this one.
Do I think the game could be close? Yeah, it could be. If all the listed players that are out are out, that's how it ends up being close. I think the unfortunate part too, and Dawson kind of mentioned it too. The unfortunate part of this game is it's happening at the peak of Knicks fandom and New York hopes, and the absolute pit that Cleveland could possibly be in right now. They have gone in opposite directions completely, all throughout this season. I have tried to be the light at the end of the tunnel for Dawson. That man, there's a world where this team could be good, and it just is going away. They'll be in the playoffs.
Well,
I'm convinced they will be. But yeah, man, it's getting rough. It's getting rough. There's been there's a clip a couple weeks ago of Garland coming off of a screen off of Jarrett Allen, and they just ran into each other. These two guys have been playing with each other for a while now. They aren't new teammates, and they just ran into each other like they'd never played ball together before.
Hey, I've called a lot of
Brian Windhorst. There's something weird going on. There's something really weird going on.
I've called a lot of basketball games. That happens a lot. Now I've called high school basketball, but it does happen a lot.
They just things look out of sync. There's just some weird. There's a weird thing I saw with DeAndre Hunter today. It's just the vibes have never been lower on one side, and the vibes have. Well, I don't want to say never, but the vibes have not been this high in a while for the city of New York. And all of a sudden, even though the Pistons are the 1 seed, maybe we'll revisit this next week. But there's a world where you could argue that the New York Knicks, even though they're the 2 seed right now, are the team to beat in the East, even with the Pistons being as good as they are.
Hey, as someone that had JB Bickerstaff winning Coach of the Year and the Knicks making the finals,
All right, dude.
This season is the living hell for me right now. This has just not been enjoyable.
Merry Christmas, Dawson.
Luka had a
Christmas.
good game a couple days ago. Not Luka Doncic, sorry, Luka Garza.
Yeah.
I had to specify for the non-Iowa basketball fans and listening to this podcast. As someone though that has seen a very depleted Cleveland Cavaliers team and has witnessed firsthand his team go up against the legacy Dean Wade game.
Hey, dude, we have not seen legacy Dean Wade since that game.
He's due. He's due. Also, like Jalen Tyson, that's close to Jason Tatum. Like
Tyson's probably been the only like good spot for Cleveland. He's a second-year player. He's averaging like 12 or 13 points a game. Like he's played well. This man Lonzo Ball, holy hell, this guy stinks.
Hey,
dude,
I mean,
get him off my team.
I think you guys are not in a terrible position in this game because Jalen Tyson sounds like Jason Tatum. You got the Timu version of what the Celtics have with Sam Merrill.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I do think the Knicks are going to win either way. I hope it's close though. I do think it will be. I have more of a belief that the game, not final score, because if it's a close game, the fouls always inflate the score anyways. I do think that at the end of the game, like maybe in everybody's minds would be like, oh, that was like a 2, maybe 3 possession game. The score could be, still a 12, 13 point win just because of the fouls. I think it's more likely that it'll be like that than holy crap, the Knicks won by 20, 25 points. Which if that happens, not only are the Knicks, not only are the Cavs in trouble in terms of like that's like this is a big game for them, really. They need to at least be competitive, or like it might get really, really stinky. But also it really, really does take the Knicks fandom and turn it up even more. I didn't even know that it could get any louder. I mean, I thought their run last year in the playoffs was unbearable from their fans, and they're just like, "Yep, we've been waiting for this, and we are just looking for the someone, maybe the Dean Wade of the world, to just come in and like completely go off and silence them." But no, I think the Knicks are going to win this one. Whew. So after that game, we got a matchup between 2 teams who have bright futures. One of them's already kind of in the midst of their prime, really, as a franchise, in the Oklahoma City Thunder. But the Thunder do host the San Antonio Spurs. And, I mean, the Thunder have been just absolutely cruising this year. Have not lost at home, by the way. 13-0 at home this season. The spread is 10.5 in favor of Oklahoma City. Also, Wemby's kind of banged up a little bit. It seems like he's going to play on Christmas Day. Who knows? And then Oklahoma City has some people out, but like everybody seems to be projected to be back by Christmas Day. So fingers crossed, could be the game that steals Christmas Day in terms of like entertainment value. And this is exactly what the NBA probably wants. They want a really good game between 2 teams where you got a team that's just absolutely dominating the world right now, and a team that's got who they hope to be the face of the league in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think the competitive aspect of this game will all come down to if Wembanyama can play. Like that.
If he doesn't play, it's not like I still will watch it, but like for a casual fan or just a viewer, normal viewer, nobody will watch this game.
Yeah, if Wemby doesn't play, this could be a 25-point game. If Wemby does play, this could get interesting. But even if he does, I would assume they have him on a minutes restriction at this point because he's banged up right now, like you mentioned. They don't want to throw him into the fire. But maybe they want to give him a full run on Christmas. But this is probably my favorite game of the day. But I could also see this one being the biggest blowout of the day, if that makes sense. Like, this has potential to be game of the year thus far, but it also has potential to be Oklahoma City running away with this one by 30 points.
Yeah, I think it definitely will come down to if Wemby plays. The interesting thing is that let me double check here. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, it will come down if Wemby plays at the end of the day. Like you said, especially this probably is going to be game of the day. If he plays, it'll probably be game of the day. I think overall, even though I think the thing that's interesting is that of their 3 losses this season, which is not many, in case you've not watched the NBA this year, 3 losses at this point is pretty good. But 2 of those have came in the last 3 games. That's scary. Things could be rough in OKC. But yeah, overall, I think I'll probably give the edge to the Thunder here. I think even though they obviously lost their last matchup, the Thunder are definitely a team where they kind of can come back from things like that. They're able to. We saw it even. What was it? Was it the first? Not this past season, last season, but 2 seasons ago. I remember they had a bunch. I think it was that season. They had a bunch of really, really close games, and even early on, like in the games that are those 1 possession, 2 possession games, like they're very, very good at being able to close them out on both ends of the floor. Now, I think what could be interesting is, since it will be a nationally televised game, in case you missed the game that they had against the Timberwolves, there was some interesting stuff happening at the beginning of the game, which might have impacted the rest of the game. And maybe we'll talk more about that next week, because it's stuff that personally I wholeheartedly agree with on the Timberwolves side of things. But it'll be interesting to see how this game does get called. Just overall, that might be the number one thing besides the basketball that I will be watching during this game, is to see if there are any potential changes in how the Thunder defense not only looks but is called. So it'll be wild.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good game, and hopefully they can, hopefully Wemby plays. Hopefully Wemby plays. That's really the only thing that you can say. Dawson, are you laughing at the text I just sent you?
You know what's funny is literally 10 minutes ago, Braden sent me the same exact text. So
okay, that's completely fine. For those that don't know, we're working on Player of the Week. Give it to Braden. He's a 49ers fan. Yeah. If you're trying to find out what we're talking about, I sent Dawson a text trying to change my Player of the Week pick, because the best quarterback in the league is going off right now. Let's just say that 5 touchdowns.
Philip Rivers is playing pretty good, dude. I don't.
Not good enough, because I needed the 49ers defense to suck and get minus 900 points.
Dude, so last fantasy football thing. If you have Christian McCaffrey tonight and you're in your fantasy playoffs, you're probably winning, because good God, he's got a lot of points tonight.
Which is funny, because he only has 26 yards. Wait, that's receiving. Sorry.
Yeah.
Whoa, he's got 2 touchdowns receiving? Oh, yeah, Lord.
That's what I mean. Or if you have Kittle,
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, no. There's got to be someone that was winning by 50 today that just lost. I just know it. I'm praying for whoever was up yesterday, and ESPN or whatever app you're using says you had a 1% chance of losing, and then you end up losing. But getting back to basketball here, the next game up at 4:00 in the afternoon, we got the Warriors and the Mavericks. On paper, heading into the season, it looked like a matchup that would be really cool in terms of seeing the present, the present and maybe the past versus the future with the Mavericks. And it doesn't look like it's going to be as anticipated as they were hoping for when they scheduled this game. First of all, actually, major injuries in my opinion. When you look at the Mavericks roster, Derek Lively, if you haven't noticed, will not be playing until next year. Kyrie is not going to be playing until February. And then you got Golden State. They have a few injuries. Again, both of them are estimated to return around Christmas time, so they'd probably be game time decisions, including Warriors legend Al Horford. And so, this game outside of watching Cooper, I have no interest in. Which sucks because I really do think Curry is one of the greatest players of all time, but I have no interest in watching the Warriors anymore. I really don't. And maybe that makes me a terrible person. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the appeal factor that this one's going to have to offer. I will say, I don't know why, but I feel like this is a game that Dallas steals. And I couldn't tell you why, but I just get a gut feeling where Anthony Davis has played well tonight in their game. I think that game.
You almost, if you're the NBA, do you think they would benefit more from a Cooper Flag like explosion game and they win than
Maybe
the Warriors and the Kurt and like let's say the score is the same, point differential is 1 point, whether there's a game winner or whatever. 1 point differential, no matter who wins. Is it better if Curry goes off and the Warriors win by 1, or is it better that Cooper Flag goes off and the Mavericks win by 1?
For engagement purposes with posts and like more people talking about it, I think the Warriors winning by 1 with Curry, just because Curry's following is so substantial anymore. But basketball fans, like seeing a Cooper Flag game winner, that would be pretty unreal. Or like even like a 1 point win for the Mavs and he has 25 or 30 points. But the Warriors just have no one that can guard a center like at all. Like I don't know if you guys saw the lineup they had on the court. I think it was like a week ago. The tallest player on the court was Draymond Green. The next tallest was a 6'4" Gary Payton. Like Anthony Davis should go absolutely berserk against this Warriors defense.
I know tonight, it didn't work. Oh, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, tonight he had 35-17. Like, I'm not saying we're getting prime Anthony Davis on Christmas Day, but like, if he's going to play against Draymond Green and 39-year-old Al Horford, I don't know. I could see another repeat performance like he had tonight.
And I know it didn't work for them, and that's why they kind of went away from it. But I still think Cooper Flag is a really good ball like distributor. He's a good passer. So if that's the case, and we quietly could be on triple double watch for Cooper Flag on Christmas Day. Because the rebound numbers are already there. He's getting his both in the points and the rebounds. Assists not so much. I think he's only averaging 3.5. But like if they see that matchup, that mismatch where they can just run pick and roll action with him and AD, it's over.
You know, not to completely go against everything that Brock just said, but I'm just going to read the very few words I have about this game. Worst clip of the day, stinky ball. Those are the notes.
I don't think you went against what I said.
But no, I think one thing that I will agree with what Brock said though, and simply because of how, like whenever we look at like how player awards are at the end of the year, like a lot of times they're very, very narrative based. But outside of that, there are usually games that kind of like outweigh others in significance, things like that. If Cooper Flag does indeed go off, I think right now, I haven't looked at the odds, and he really might still be the favorite, which I think would be crazy. Rookie of the ladder wise, I'm pretty sure Con Knupple's still ahead of him. And the dude just shattered Lauri Markkanen's record for three-pointers made, I believe, or like fastest to get to like 100 or something. I don't even remember exactly what it was. I think it was along those lines. If he goes off, I think that doesn't like wrap up the rookie of the year race, but this will be like the game that people are like, oh, remember when he did this? Like on Christmas? Like that's big. Even though it's one game out of 82 and he could do jack squat the rest of the year. Like this could be potentially what could seal something for Cooper Flag a few months from now.
Currently, he's minus 185 to win Rookie of the Year. The next
That's
closest
crazy.
is Con Knuppel at plus 175.
That's wild.
So it is.
But
you're right.
that
It
makes
is
sense.
just between those two.
Yeah. I think that will probably be honestly, that will probably be the most impact that this game has. Because I still, just throw this game into the sun. I'll watch it because I'm a sicko. And it's basketball. But yuck.
Again, these games are still better than some of the NFL ones that we're getting
Yeah.
on Christmas. So, like, yeah.
Stinky.
Well said.
The next game, 7 p.m. You get the Lakers hosting the Rockets. I mean, this seems like one of the more obvious game selections that the NBA could have made. You still have two of the greatest players of all time on the court, Durant and LeBron, matching up against each other. And then you also got Luka, who somehow ended up in LA last year. Still not sure how that happened. But I don't know. It could be a preview of a later playoff matchup, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here. It could be an MVP statement game. Hunter, you've talked about those games that could stand out for certain players, and maybe this might be one for Luka. But what are your guys' thoughts? I mean, it seems like spread-wise, they have the Rockets favored at 4.5, which is funny because they're actually 2 games behind on the Lakers in terms of the standings, I think.
They must not think Luka or Austin Reeves isn't going to play. If it's
that they are game to game. I guess I should have mentioned that. My bad. So is Rory and Rory Hachimura. And then also, it seems like Gabe Vincent will not be playing for the Rockets.
Not Gabe Vincent. Oh
I mean the
gosh.
Lakers, not the Rockets.
How will we recover?
It's his back, man. He's been carrying the Lakers.
Dude, Drew Timmy has been carrying the Lakers. Dude, what are you talking about?
Oh no, don't do it.
Who'd you say?
Don't do it.
Drew Timmy.
Where'd it go? Did someone delete it? Oh my god.
Bless. No.
Oh, there it is.
I need to move it so I know where it is 24/7.
So gross.
So whenever someone mentions Drew,
Has he
I can
played
just
a
pull
game in like at all recently? Like we
No,
make the jokes.
still
I
the
don't-
biggest signing in NBA history.
He still only played 2 games for the
It's going
Lakers.
to be
Like,
I
me
can't
and
wait for
Hunter-
the post when he hits a game winner in the playoffs because they have to play him due to injuries or whatever. And there's going to be the post of Vince McMahon, that video of Vince McMahon doing the Dad, what was it like when Drew played in the playoffs?
shout out.
This guy.
This game could be bad though if Luka doesn't play too. That's another thing about some of these games. Some of them are really good, but like they need to have the star players playing because it could get bad. I still think that this one will be competitive without him. I don't think the Lakers win though, without a doubt, if he doesn't play.
This feels like this is gonna be my LeBron hat coming out, but it feels like we don't know if this is
Sorry.
All right. It feels like
I joked.
we're getting a LeBron triple double on Christmas if Luka doesn't play.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
I choked on my water.
Sure.
No, I swear.
Sure.
My eyes are watering. Dude.
Sure.
Dude.
But it just feels like LeBron has like a couple of games like this a year where he just like tries extra hard and will want to make sure the Lakers are known on Christmas. He made that comment, was it a year or 2 ago, where he's talking about how the NFL thinks they have Christmas, if the NBA has always had Christmas. So I feel like LeBron and the Lakers are going to put on a show if Luka does play. Even if Luka plays, I still like the Lakers. So
I think if I were a betting man, what I would take for this game is that this would be the most watched game of the day, more than likely, because it's LeBron versus KD.
There's a reason they put it at prime time.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I think it'll be a good matchup. I think I'm actually gonna go with Brock. Agree with Brock here. I'm actually gonna have the Rockets take a slight edge, but I think it'll be extremely competitive. I'm honestly, I am excited. I think this could be,
how could you?
especially if
Can't do
Wemby
that to
is
Luka.
out. Like this
Can't do that.
definitely could be the sleeper game of the day. But overall, I think it'll be a great matchup. I do hope LeBron does really, really well to make it like one of those classic kind of matchups. But yeah, I think overall, I'm gonna give the edge to the Rockets just in general.
I will say if somehow did Purdy score again?
No,
They threw a pick six. Oh,
Sorry.
poor Phillip Rivers. That was right after Purdy threw a pick too. What was I gonna say? Oh, if somehow the Lakers do choke, and all I'm gonna be thinking about is me choking on my water, which my eyes are watering so much, but I don't want to like wipe them because if I do, I'm gonna look like I started crying.
because this man wants LeBron to do well.
No,
Just do so well.
trust me, when he retires his last game, there are gonna be so many people crying, and it's not like tears of sadness. It's gonna be tears of joy. They don't ever have to watch that guy play basketball again.
D1 hater. D1 hater.
Valid though. You can't question my hatred. He has not been on one team that would be like, okay, I can't not like.
Is there a team out there that he like that in your mind be like, you know what, if he signs with this team, be like, it'd be okay.
Okay, but here's the thing: who have been the Celtics' three biggest rivals potentially in the last couple decades? Cleveland, Miami, and LA. He could have signed with he could have signed with the Clippers, and I would have been like, meh.
Whoa. Ew. Don't do that.
I would love to see LeBron and Steve Ballmer do basketball business together.
No. Adam Silver would step in and be like, this ain't gonna happen. We can't allow this to happen.
Literally, he probably could have signed with any Western Conference team outside of LA, and I would have been fine with it.
Like the meme.
Yeah, if he wanted to prove that he was the GOAT, he should have signed with the Kings back then, back in what, 2019, 2018? That was before Boogie was traded, right?
I think Boogie had already been with the Pels for a year or two.
I thought he got traded the year that LeBron's first year in LA. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Whenever Lonzo was drafted. All right. Final game, and I know everybody is so excited to talk about this one. We got the Timberwolves traveling to Denver to go up against potential frontrunner of the current MVP race, Nikola Jokic, and the Denver Nuggets. And the Nuggets are favored by 4.5. And I mean, injury-wise, Aaron Gordon's out, Christian Braun's out. Or is it? How do you pronounce his last name? Is it Brown or Braun? I hear it different every 2 days. I swear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like in the NFL, no one knows how to say Bijan's name. Is it Bijan or is it Bijan? No one knows how to say this man's name, and he's corrected it 3 or 4 times, but no one knows how to say his name.
Yeah. And then the Timberwolves don't have any like major injuries in terms of like not being able to play in that game. So Anthony Edwards has a chance to do what Anthony Edwards does, make another highlight reel moment for social media. Nikola Jokic has another opportunity to put up another triple-double. How excited are you guys for this game at 9:30 p.m. on Christmas Day?
Can I be honest? I will be in bed. I will not be watching this game. Sorry. If next week when we come back and we react to these games, do not expect any input from me. There's not a chance I will be up for this game. I will be sad that the Chiefs are losing 35-7, and I will be going to bed. That is all I need to say.
I'll say I'll watch it. I just probably won't be happy during it for reasons that we all know.
Yeah.
I hope the Timberwolves win. I hope Anthony Edwards posterizes Jokic, and we see it for years and years to come. And to be honest, I do think the Timberwolves are on the right side right now. They're looking better and better. But obviously, not having Aaron Gordon, I think, is actually going to be a big deal. I mean, has been a big deal, but nonetheless, like the Nuggets have still been able to get it done, which is why it's going to be hard to pick against them overall. I think, yeah, especially if Jokic unfortunately does his usual thing, this could be the game that, like Brock said, probably amps up his MVP odds quite a bit more. I think, this doesn't have to actually do with the game at all. I think that, there's definitely a world where Shea obviously does his thing or goes off and does even better and then puts himself even higher up. I think MVP, like odd wise, Jokic has more to gain than Shea has just from the games that day, just in general, which is very unfortunate. So,
yeah, I'm not looking forward to this game. Neither team entertains me, unfortunately.
The T-Wolves? They don't entertain you? You don't want to see Chris Finch like cuss out a ref?
I'll watch KG getting. I guess we can talk about that. KG's getting his number retired at some point with the Timberwolves. Former MVP there. He ended up getting traded to go win a championship elsewhere, but
he didn't win a title with the Nets. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's really
no.
weird.
They got close. They had a good series with the Raptors. Paul Pierce with that amazing block in Game 7. That is the weirdest game-winning block ever. You two both know what play I'm talking about. He just happens to get his hand up at the last second.
Can we
the most
please,
Paul Pierce way ever.
Can we please get a 30 for 30 on that era of Nets basketball? From
how about the era? Do a series of the super teams that failed during this era. Because you could do one on the Lakers,
the 2014 Nets, the 2012 or 13 Lakers. Who else could you do?
And that's every year ever.
Yeah, honestly.
Honestly, the Hawks, I felt like at one point, not that they put a super team together. A lot of people were trying to put it off like it was a super team with Damari Carroll, Kyle Korver, Jeff Teague, Paul Millsap, and Al Horford. People thought that they were world beaters. Yeah. Heck, you can do pretty much any Bulls team for the last 15 years.
Dude, you know the nastiest Bulls team is that 2017 with Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Rajon Rondo. Dude, that team, when they were up 2-0 against the Celtics in the first round as an 18, I'm like, whoa, this team could do something. And then the Bulls do Bulls things.
Hey, Fred, did you see Isaiah Thomas carrying the ball? No. And just gets up and leaves. Best post-game press conference ever. By the way, that guy is undefeated at Nebraska right now. Freddie Hoiberg, baby. That's what. See what happened? I'm sorry. That just shows you how bad the Bulls organization is. This dude gets fired from the Bulls and goes, okay, I'm going to go to Nebraska, who has never won an NCAA tournament game. And now they're 13, 14-0 or something like that. Just hit a game winner. Maybe they've played since Saturday, but just unbelievable turnaround. Dude literally could go to the tournament this year, even if it is a play-in, because apparently we count play-ins as tournament wins, but you could win. He could win the play-in, and he is Nebraska's greatest college basketball coach of all time. They
I
would
would argue
build.
he already is. Can I make that argument?
I honestly, the only reason I can't say yes is because I don't know if they've ever had like a really like good coach and that left for whatever reason. I honestly don't know. So I want to say yes, but I don't know. Like right now, Nebraska right now, based off of record wise, they are the number 1 team in the Big Ten for basketball. Imagine if they won a Big Ten. Imagine if they win a Big Ten conference championship before they even sniff a Big Ten football conference championship.
Crazy.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. He's led by Hawkeye legend Price Sanford too.
Shout out.
The only one that transferred last year and is actually doing good.
Yeah. Owen Freeman and Josh Dix, dude. What are you guys doing at Creighton?
It was like Creighton and Nebraska. They were like doing trade negotiations with each other. They're like, hey, if you guys go after Owen Freeman and Josh Dix, we get Price Sanford. They're like, okay, we'll get 2 good players and you guys only get 1. Little did Creighton know that Price Sanford was the good player.
I remind you, they paid Josh Dix and Owen Freeman like $1 million plus each to go there. And Dix hasn't been like horrible by any means. But this man, Owen Freeman, holy stinky.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean,
8 points a game.
Sometimes you pay certain people a ton of money to go play sports for your school, and it doesn't end so well.
Tyrese Hunter.
Hey, he didn't do too bad in Memphis. Texas, not so much. I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I'm already down in the dumps with sports. The only team I'm looking forward to is the Royals. Just do it. I know what you're about to say.
Game. You guys have a good bowl game coming up,
dude. Pavia is going to be so upset that he finished runner-up, but he's going to throw for 400 yards on our defense.
No. God, you Hawkeye fans piss me off. You guys act like you have never watched a Kurt Ferentz coach defense. That's what you want, a pissed off quarterback playing the Iowa defense. That's when you get 4 pick sixes in one game. Like, Iowa's winning by 20 in that game. Book it. They paid their quarterback millions of dollars to run the football. And
Gronowski, baby.
Gronowski is going to run the football.
All-time rushing touchdown leader for a quarterback in a single season for Iowa. Shout out.
What was the old record? 2?
I think like 4.
It had to have been Nate Stanley. Sneaking it with 3 yards to go.
I'm going to look this up.
They just grabbed Nate Stanley and just freaking yoinked him. All of like 285 pounds of him. Are you looking it up?
I'm trying to, yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else it would probably Brad Banks, honestly.
Yeah. Oh God, who else would even? I don't know.
Well, Niall.
That is an ESPN stat that I'm just not looking for. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes diving into. But
I want to see if I can find it.
15 touchdowns this year. We don't need throwing the ball's overrated. I think Iowa's realized that. Just get a quarterback that can run because none of them can throw. Just get one that just is basically a 240-pound running back and just have him go straight. Run behind the field more.
Never mind. Before Gronowski, it was Wilburn Hollis, the 1960 Iowa Hawkeyes. And I actually do know this name because I think he used to do radio for Iowa. Ed Polak.
Yep. Chiefs legend.
In 1966, yeah.
Chiefs legend.
Maybe if he's still is he alive? He's probably not. Is he? Oh, he is. He's still kicking. Maybe they should put him in the uniform this weekend. Philip Rivers is a grandpa doing it. Let's put Ed Polak back in the under center. But what was I gonna say? Oh no, hey, if Jimmy Rogers can make Mark Gronowski look like $1 million worthy quarterback, if people are in trouble. Also, he won a bowl game today without even coaching, so I hope.
Wrong music there, bud.
Don't worry about it. Wait. It is Christmas this week, so I can use this one and no one can complain.
Oh my God.
That was interesting. All right. For Hunter Rose and Dawson Livingston, I'm Brock Bierman. We'll be back next week to recap these games and talk more NBA basketball. Make sure to subscribe, follow, share, whatever you can do to help support the 515 Podcast Network. We greatly appreciate it. We'll also already have a Between the Hashes podcast out for you to listen to if you're wanting to know about the Kansas City Chiefs moving, as we put in quotes because we don't really understand what's going on, as well as just all NFL things as we're getting closer and closer to the NFL playoffs. So, again, for Hunter Rose, Dawson Livingston, I'm Brock Bierman. Merry Christmas, folks, and we will see you next week.